Hey everyone, I'm just about to start a 4-clinic tour in 3 days. I'm going to visit my inner circle, my elite clients. We're going to pop into each of their practices and do some training with their teams. It's going to be incredible. We're going to have an amazing time. I'm going to take you along on the journey, so make sure you tune in, subscribe. We're going to give you the best lessons we can possibly give you from each of the practices. Hey everyone, we're currently at Heathrow. Have a look behind me. We're just about to jump on a plane to Manchester. We're going to do 4 practices in 3 days, and we'll go visit my elite inner circle members. I'm going to meet with their teams and meet with them, run through their challenges, and we're going to do a whistle stop tour. And you'll see, one of the things, come along with me, subscribe. I'm going to run through all their challenges, and one of the things you'll notice is that, remember, I'm in the game. I've got 8 practices. It doesn't matter what the practice, it doesn't matter how many team members they have. You'll see that while there are some unique challenges, you'll see most of the practices have similar challenges. Come along for the trip. We're going to have some amazing time. We'll get some great footage. See you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Manchester. On behalf of myself and my team in Cali, it has been our pleasure having you on board, and we look forward to welcoming you back again very soon. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
Just arrived here in Manchester. We are on our way to our first practice visit. Incredible practice owner who absolutely rocks at associate-based practice. Still practices in the practice himself. We're going to spend some time with him looking at some numbers, and then we're going to spend some time working with his associates, hopefully helping them grow in their team. So 10 a day planned, and then we jump in the car and we drive about an hour and a half to another practice to be at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So stay tuned. Doesn't matter what the business is, you have to have an accountability chart or something called an org chart. We call it an accountability chart. From all my teachings, I've learned stuff from people like Vern Harnish and people like Dan Kennedy and people like Gino Wickman. These are all people that taught me the concept of having an accountability chart. It's different from an org chart in that, listen, an accountability chart breaks down who's responsible for what. Remember, a person can be responsible for more than 2 seats in a business. For instance, you may be responsible for both finance as well as IT in a particular practice. So I'm just going to quickly, this is a little excerpt from one of the teachings I did with one of my inner circle members on the importance of an accountability chart and how you can, and one of the lessons we learned, and how you can quickly sum up. You get clarity on who's responsible for what in the business. That gives more accountability. That means more people take ownership of specific roles, and that means you get a lot more traction in the business. Crucially, as the visionary in the business, if that is you watching this right now, you get to know who you get to delegate to clearly. And that's where the magic happens in the business, is when you're able to know who's responsible for what, and clarity of the particular team members, what if they have clarity, what they're responsible for, then they feel empowered to actually make a difference in the business. I hope you enjoyed the clip. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe or grab one of my free books. I'll see you on the other side. Have you ever done an accountability chart though? Org chart.
Started. I did start.
Okay. Hard, eh? Have you got ours?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my lesson, biggest mistake we made. A seat is the difference between a seat and a person. Usually, integrator. And then, yeah, it's normally a finance seat, a marketing seat, operations, like normally. here's my biggest lesson though. We, let's say, maintenance, they're called for, but I'm just for argument's sake. Okay, so then what we did wrong from an overhead perspective, we were like, I need a person in finance. So that is Johnny. Okay, so Johnny's in finance. That's fine, but we do need a person in Johnny. But then we're like, okay, so then we're like, RT. This is like this is when we're growing, right? Oh, we need an RT person. There's a seat there with an RT person. So we freaking hire a full-time IT person. Give him lots of money, right? And then it's like with RT, 9 times out of 10, you turn the stupid thing on, you turn it back off, turn it off and turn it on, and the thing works, So then, but the big mistake was like, you can have, a person can be in more than one seat. So this is what everyone does wrong. They go, you're not writing people's names down. So you're not going, you're not going, what does she do? No. You're going stuff first and going, okay, so now Johnny is finance and Johnny's IT. Because he can just outsource it if he needs it, Operation, so then we've got, so maintenance is, we've got a part-time person that comes in, but then actually Sophie will take that and that. So take operations and that. And then you can define what's in the operations seat and what's in the maintenance seat and what's in the marketing seat. And then in your business, who have you hired for marketing?
I go 2 days a week. She's pretty does all the Facebook and stuff, but again, no traction or company.
2 days a week, eh?
So I've been trying to get someone for a week, but it's been quite hard.
So one of the things we're going to announce, I might even announce it tonight or tomorrow, this week, is I'm going to announce instead of having a breakout room at my mastermind, I'm going to announce a separate fast implementation day for people to send team members down, and it's just a marketing day. A full day, it's 9 to 5, but like you said, and they will sit, I hope you're not going to have too many people, there's going to be people sitting in a room, all everyone's computers are going to be open, it'll be Jack, it'll be all my marketing crew directly with them, so just send her down to that.
Sure.
Yeah.
The thing is with her, I think in a way just to step back and to say, we've had a problem with the amount of money, so it's like, we need to find someone full-time, just to organise a screening, they're going to do 1 screening a week, or they're going to do this, and then we've got traction and accountability, I think that's the best way.
It's, even if you're not implementing it all, I can feel it in this business. I can feel it in this meeting already. I'm like, okay, I can see you get it.
Yeah.
You get
totally.
it. Took us 2 years, eh?
Yeah.
To get traction, implemented, 18 months to 2 years.
I think that's the selling point for your business in
Yeah.
the sense of just like a chiropractic patient has to understand it's not a quick fix, it's a slow adjustment over time. And same with you, it's like, come, if you can try, but really,
I mean,
especially if you've got associates.
Slow.
And you've been in the game a while.
The only thing it gives you, I always say, marketing can solve in a business. Marketing, if there is ever a hack, marketing can solve any problem, short term. It's like, like all the stuff we're talking about right now, if you put 100 new patients this week in this practice, it pretty much solves everything, but it creates other problems. But like marketing short term pretty much solves any problem you can have in a business short term. But the leaky bucket, the PDA, it comes to get you. The lack of structure, the lack of no meetings, no knowing your numbers, all that stuff, it comes to get you, and your purple patches, even when you as a human being, it's just in a purple patch, and you just talk to people, it'll catch up with you eventually,
Hi everyone, I've just had an amazing meeting with Ryan. He's come over to the practice today. I worked with Ryan for about a year. Really helps with all kinds of structure and just looking at the simple things which actually are simple, but things we look over as chiropractors, and really we're not really we're trying to run a business, but we're not doing it very well, and Ryan opens all these doors and makes us really think about what we're doing and how to improve in a very conservative, easy way, but just very structural. So it's very helpful for someone who's been out for 20 years and run practices fairly successfully, but trying to do it much better. So you can't thank Ryan enough and his team. Thank you very much.
And what have you learned today?
Today, again, we've broken things down, looked at numbers, looked at business strategies, looked at how to improve retention, looking at certain funnels and where we can improve things with the chiropractors and associates we've got today. So we've learned a lot in terms of just understanding the big business, the big running a business, the flaws, the difficulties, and etc. But it's been a great afternoon. Again, I can't advise you more than try and see Ryan to help you with your business. Thanks very much.
Okay, make sure you look after mommy. Smash it, okay? Thanks, darling. I'll smash it. Love you lots. Love you. Sleep tight. So we just finished day one of my first practice tour, and it was so interesting, when I go into a practice, it doesn't matter how many practices I go into, it doesn't matter how many business owners I work with, it doesn't matter where the practice is, we all have very, very similar challenges. And what I love about some of the concepts that we continue to teach with our Inner Circle members is they are panaceas to business. Know your numbers and dig deeper. The problem's never the problem. And some of these catchphrases that my Inner Circle members are so used to hearing, but it doesn't matter how many times you do it, it's always go back to the basics, always go back to the basics. And my big kind of theme for today was, you think you know the numbers, but you don't know the numbers. And then when you dig deeper, the biggest breakthrough comes from just digging deeper and finding out, you think the problem is what you think it is initially, but when you dig a bit deeper, you realize that's not the problem at all, and you've got a slightly completely different challenge. So great day today, amazing business owners working on their business, people have been in practice for 20 plus years, yet still getting better, still learning, etc. So incredible day. Again, the problem is never the problem. Big learning today. And we've got 2 practices tomorrow and a third the next day. So 4 practices in 3 days. And it's just all my Inner Circle members. I'm trying to get into the practices, spend some more time with them. Amazing blessing to be able to do this and work with their associates and their teams, etc. See you soon. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel to watch the entire tour and all the lessons that we taught in my 4 practices in 3 days tour. See you on the other side.